I'm Renula White Bay. I'm here with Judge Light Tajiri Bay, and we'll be going over the weaponized peace statement of persona jurisdiction for all Moorish American nationals.
Yes, we're very excited about it.
Mhm.
I am Judge Light Tajiri Bay with the Moorish National
Mhm.
Republic Federal Government and the Moorish American Consulate. And we are going to be spreading this all over our land. All Moors are to learn the statement that we're going to be using in this demonstration. And this is the only thing that we should be saying to the colonizers when we are forced into those venues. If we're not forced into those venues, we don't go. We let our paperwork speak for us. And we're going to go over the statement and show you exactly how to use it when you're in those venues. This statement is good for when you're being pulled over. You can put this statement on a 3.5 by 5 index card. You don't ever have to speak. You just take the index card and stick it up to your window. Do not let your window down when policy enforcers stop you. You just put that up to the window and let that be all that is said. Don't answer any questions. Don't talk to them. Put that statement up in your window so that they can read it, and they are not to violate that, because we are indeed a standing government on this land. Also, this statement is good for foreclosures and evictions and all of that. If they cannot get past personam jurisdiction, they can't do anything else, okay? This strategy is a military strategy. However, of course, we're peaceful people, but it's a military strategy in that I used to be in the Air Force many, 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 many years ago. And they always taught us that when you are captured, that you are to give your name, rank, and serial number repeatedly, no matter what question they ask you. So that's going to be our strategy, except we don't have names. We don't have ranks, and we don't have serial numbers or social security numbers. So we're going to give them our appellation, a command, and then another command. Okay. And here's the statement. And whenever we, even with evictions, when they are threatening to do anything that is unlawful, such as an eviction, it's unlawful on our own land. We put this statement up on our doorposts. Okay. And it's always going to be on Moorish letterhead. This is available, signed by a Moorish American judge. And then we notify all parties involved. So this statement will go to those doing business as sheriffs, policy enforcers, mayors, those doing business as governors, those doing business as secretaries of state. All of those people or persons, rather, and any other corporations, including utility corporations and the like. This goes to them. And you let them know that you are a Moorish American national and that they do not have jurisdiction on your land. And we are the heirs to all here. So we're going to demonstrate how to use it. She's going to play the colonizing judge in all capital letters. And I'll be the Moorish American national. And so take note of how we use the statement. And again, we're going to use it military style, which is broken record technique. It's called repeat, repeat, repeat until they get it. Okay. So here goes.
Do we have Light Richie in the courtroom? Do we have Pauline Ritchie in the courtroom? Pauline Ritchie, would you please stand up? Okay, the court stenographer. Can you tell me who is Pauline here? Bella? Oh, okay. Do we have Pauline Richard? Which Light?
I am Light Tajiri Bay, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in
Excuse
proprio
me.
heredis at all times.
Can we get your name correctly first?
I am the
You are
descendant of the great pharaohs of
to-
Kemet and of the Moabites and
Tajiri
Canaanites.
Bay?
I am Light Tajiri Bay, in
Oh,
proprio
you're
persona
not,
sui
you're
juris,
not,
in proprio solo, in proprio heredis at all times. I am
okay.
the descendant of the great pharaohs of Kemet and of the Moabites and Canaanites. I am an Aboriginal, Indigenous, Moorish American national, and I am exercising all of my rights at
Are
this
you
time
Light
and at
Tajiri
all
Bay?
points in time. You
Oh,
are
okay.
commanded to state your name and nationality on the record, for the
Well,
record, immediately without
Well, I
further
need you to
comment.
step up to the pulpit.
Immediately
Right
without
up here.
further
I need
comment.
you to stand up
I
here
am
to
the law and I am the government, and you
Okay.
do not have jurisdiction over me. I command you to set me free
We
immediately,
need to,
return my property immediately,
in order
cease
for
and
us to
desist
have
all
a
actions and
conversation,
contact,
you would need to come up here.
take your leave, and never return.
To the,
This
what you
is
need
your
to
due
come up
process
here
of notice of
to
intent
the-
to lien you.
to the judge, and we can have a conversation. Like,
And we never go up past that bar. We can stand right up in our place back
come
here.
up to the
And
bar, like,
We don't cross the bar.
okay.
I am Light Tajiri Bay, in
Bella,
proprio persona sui juris,
Can
in
you ask
proprio
Ms.
solo,
Light to
and
to
in
have a
proprio
seat?
heredis at all
Light,
times.
all
I
we
am the
wanna
descendant
do
of the great pharaohs of
is
Kemet
continue
and
to
of the
talk with
Moabites
you
and
to find
Canaanites.
out why you're here
I
today.
am an Aboriginal, Indigenous,
Okay,
Moorish American
Light.
national, and I am
Light,
exercising all
may
of
I
my
ask
rights
that you
at this
stop
time
talking,
and at
please,
all
Light?
points in time.
Okay,
You are
we
commanded to
cannot
state your name and
resolve the
nationality
issues here today
on the
if we're
record,
gonna
for the
continue to
record,
talk like-
immediately, without
Light,
further comment.
please. You're in
Without
contempt
further
of
comment.
court.
Without
When
further
you
comment.
continue to speak,
I am the law,
Light,
I am the
Light,
government, and you do
Light.
not have jurisdiction
Bella,
over
would you
me.
come in and
I
and
command
come
you
get
to
Light,
set me
please?
free immediately,
Bella,
return
please.
my property immediately, cease and
Bella,
desist
Would
all
you give
actions
me
and
two police
contact,
officers?
take your leave,
Bella,
and never
please,
return.
2 police officers, female.
I am Light Tajiri Bay, in
Light,
propria persona
we
sui
would like
juris,
to, you can't
in proprio
continue to come
solo,
into my
and in
courtroom
proprio
and
heredis
just
at all
speak any
times.
kind of way that you like.
I am
You
the
cannot,
descendant of the
Light.
great pharaohs of Kemet
Okay?
and of the
There's
Moabites and
laws, there's
Canaanites.
laws against what you're doing. This
I
is
am an
illegal.
Aboriginal,
You're in
Indigenous,
contempt of
Moorish
court. Do you
American
wanna go to
national,
jail?
and I am
Would you
exercising
like
all
to
of
go
my
to
rights
jail?
at this time and at all points in time.
Okay, I heard you.
You are commanded to state your name and your nationality on the record,
I heard
for the
you.
record, immediately,
Okay.
without further comment.
Okay,
I am the law, and I am the
I
government,
heard you.
and you do not have jurisdiction over me.
I heard you.
I command you to set me free immediately,
Light.
return my property
Light.
immediately,
Can
cease
we-
and desist all actions
We
and
want you to
contact,
go ahead and
take
have a
your
seat.
leave,
If
and
you
never
don't want to come
return.
up to the,
take your leave, and
if you
never
don't want to come
return.
up to
Take
the
your
desk
leave
and
and
talk
never
with the
return.
judge, we just ask that
I
you sit
am
down,
Light
please.
Tajiri Bay,
Like,
in propria persona sui
you
juris,
are out of
in
order,
proprio
you're in
solo,
contempt of
and in
court.
proprio
I can have
heredis
you
at all
arrested, you know
times.
that.
I am
Would
the
you like to be
descendant
arrested?
of the great pharaohs of
Okay,
Kemet
if
and of
you're
the
not going
Moabites
to
and
listen to
Canaanites.
me, I'm
I am
asking
an
that you
Aboriginal,
have a seat
Indigenous, Moorish
and sit
American
down.
national, and I am
Okay,
exercising all
Bella,
of my rights at
Bella,
this time and at all
oh,
times.
Light,
You are commanded to state
you
your
are
name
breaking the
and
law.
nationality
You
on
are
the
breaking
record,
the law.
for the record,
Under-
immediately without
under
further
the-
comment.
You are breaking the
You
law.
are commanded
Under
to state your
UCC
name and your
S-
nationality on the record, for the
You
record,
are having,
immediately without further comment.
unconstitutional.
I am the law and I am the government, and you do not have jurisdiction over me.
What do you mean by you're the government?
I
Are
command
you
you
sovereign?
to set me free immediately,
sovereign?
return my property immediately, cease
Okay.
and desist all actions and contact,
All
take
right.
your leave,
Okay.
and never return.
Please, thank you for coming in
I
tonight.
am Light
All
Tajiri
right.
Bay, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis at all times.
All right.
I am the descendant of the great
we're gonna
pharaohs of
take
Kemet
we're gonna
and of
take
the
a
Moabites
5
and
minutes
Canaanites.
break.
I am
Okay.
an Aboriginal,
Until we
Indigenous,
can,
Moorish
help
American national,
Light.
and I am exercising
she
all
may
of my
need
rights
a-
at this
a
time and at
mental
all points in
evaluation.
time.
So
You are
she's
commanded to
she's
state
going
your
through
name and
some real
nationality
issues today,
on
right
the record,
now.
for
We
the
have a
record,
room
immediately
full of
without further comment. I
people
am
who
the
are
law.
waiting to
I am the
adjudicate.
government,
So
and you do not have jurisdiction.
we're
over
going
me.
to take a 5 minutes break. Thank you.
I command you
All
to
right.
set me free immediately, return my property, cease and desist all actions, take your leave, and never return. And that's how we handle that situation. If they cannot get past personam jurisdiction, they cannot have us. Personam jurisdiction is the one and only obstacle that will stop them in their tracks. We are never, ever, ever to answer any questions. We're not to be baited into anything else. We are to speak this statement only at all times. This is the only thing we should be saying to the colonizers at all times, no matter what they say. And sometimes they will even get nice. And we all know what nice means. And they'll say, well, listen, this is just a conversation between me and you. Let's just talk. I'm not trying to start anything. Let's just talk. Well, why do I need to talk to you? I am like Tajiri Bay in propria persona sui juris, and so on and so forth. And you all are to do the very same thing. If they can't get past personam jurisdiction, they can't have us. And all Moors are being told to use this statement all over North America. Another thing, the Moors that are incarcerated, you can use the statement too. It doesn't matter whether you have Moorish nationality paperwork on anyone's file or anyone's books. If you are a Moorish American national by birth, you can use that statement. And that statement can be used even if you're not going back into any tribunals or you don't have any tribunal days scheduled. You can use that statement with the those doing business as corrections officers. You can use it with anyone in those facilities so that they know who you are. The Moors need to be identified because we're not going to continue to be enslaved on our own land. So again, in all cases, if they're attempting the unlawful act of evicting you, place this document on your door. Okay. And this is the equivalent of the story about the blood on the doorpost and the death angel passing you by, because we already know that when we're denationalized, that is actually corporate death. Okay. We stay alive. We are the living, breathing, natural beings of the land. And we stay alive by putting this on our doors, on our front doors, on the outside, to be sure, and you leave it there. If they're attempting to evict you, and then you make sure you send a copy of it to all parties involved, all of those unlawful attorneys in all capital letters, all of that, they're all to get this. Everyone who's attempting to do any type of unlawful action towards the Moors. So Moors, we're already getting lots of great reports on how this is working. Again, you don't have to say anything else to them, because if they bait you into conversation, then that means they're talking. Because see, the only time they talk is they're talking to a name in all capital letters, and our names are not in all capital letters. So whenever they're talking, they're not even talking to us. Okay, they're not even speaking to us. They're talking to a dead person. Okay, a corporation or a U.S. vessel, according to the U.S. writing style manuals of old. All names in all words in all capital letters is either a U.S. vessel, a corporation, or a dead person, and we're none of those. Okay, and when they say corporation, they mean corporation in all capital letters, and not an Aboriginal indigenous one. Okay, so again, and thank you, Empress Bernula, for your magnificent work. Come on up, Empress. And Moors, much love, okay? Let's keep this going. We got them right where we want them, and we're going to keep it rolling, okay? Peace and love.
Peace and love. Let me hit stitch again.